founder of Project Sleep, a narcolepsy advocate and spokesperson, and the author of Wide Awake and Dreaming, a Memoir of Narcolepsy. So I want to tell you about two things that happened to me this past June. One is I got to go to the White House. Thank you. I can't tell you what it was like the moment I found out I was going to go to the White House. Having narcolepsy for 9 years, there are layers of guilt. As empowered and amazing as I feel, there are still layers of guilt that are still there. And I felt this layer of guilt hit the floor the day I found out, as a person with narcolepsy, I am going to the White House because of that. That meant a lot to me, and I know it meant a lot to our whole community to be able to be represented there. Something else happened that June. I met with one of my biggest supporters, who is a clinician, and I have such a great rapport with her. I can be honest and tell her exactly what I'm feeling about everything I thought. So I happened to mention to this clinician that I was a little bit upset that my proposal for a panel at the International Sleep Conference had been rejected. And it was going to be a great panel based on my speech last year at MedX. And she actually said, point blank, I don't think patients should be speakers at that meeting. They don't have a role there. I'm there to learn about science and medicine. So in 7 years of being a speaker, I've seen the benefits of being a patient that speaks at conferences around the world. I've laughed with med students. I've cried with grown men. I've seen perceptions change drastically in 20 minutes. I also know there are incredible barriers. Things like my friend expressed, that maybe it's a bias against a patient role, a fear of us expressing things that they don't have solutions to. I also know there are other barriers for me personally, like costs. So for example, sometimes I will choose to go to a speaking engagement 1 month instead of getting my brakes fixed, because that's honestly the choices I have to make. So after the White House event and having this experience with my friend, Dennis Boyle actually approached me and said, let's do something together. And if Dennis Boyle asks you if you want to do something together, you pretty much go, okay, yes. So we decided I knew what my experience was being a patient speaker, but I want to know about other people's experiences. What are those barriers and what are the benefits of having patients included as speakers at conferences? So we launched a survey together, and the survey is to just hear your perspectives. I want to hear everyone's. I want to hear from people that don't want patients as speakers. I want to hear what you think are the good parts and the hard parts about having patients as speakers at conferences. And please take our survey. That's my ask to you. It's at julieflygare.com/survey. And just give us your input. And I'm hoping to put a paper together to be able to say, these are some of the trends we're seeing. Because I don't want it to just be that a patient speaker is like a nice thing, like a zoo animal act that comes in. I want this to be sustainable. And I think for it to be sustainable, we're going to have to really look closely at what those barriers and those benefits are. So I want to just leave you with a quote. It's one of my favorite quotes of all time. And I don't even know who ever said it, and I can't find it again. But it is, if you don't like what someone else says, find your own stage and speak louder. And so I want to thank you for this stage, which has given me an opportunity I haven't had in some of the sleep community to do. And it's a bigger and a louder stage, so thank you.